Hello, chat. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Hi, Tipsy. How are you? Hi. My kitty's on my lap right now, and she was like, "What the fuck's going on? Why are you paying attention to other things and not me?" It's okay, baby. It's okay. You're good, sweetie. Like now, she started like just chilling on my lap, just hanging out. How are you, Tipsy? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. What was I gonna do today? Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing some more Yu-Gi-Oh today. We might swap it up to something else at the end. Watching some memery and stuff and things. But yeah. Hi, sweetie. Oh, she's so precious. She's so cute, guys. She's such a cute kitty. She's so perfect. She's so perfect. Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Doing pretty good. How was work today? How was your job? Any good deliveries or any bad deliveries today? But gotta get that game set up. Da-da-da. Yoink. Master Duel. I'm kind of sleepy today. I woke up at like, fuck, I don't even know. Mm. Woke up late. It was like 3:30 or 4 when I woke up. I did stay up super late watching anime though, so that's kind of what I get. Hey, Miss Kitty. Meow. Meow, meow. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah. It's so good though. I was watching Reincarnated as a Slime again. That's such a good fucking anime. Mm. So I don't know. My brain's kinda smushed today. I don't know what's going on. I'm kinda just here, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I'm just here. I'm existing, but I'm positive. Getting caught up to that. Nice. Yeah, it's really good. They just let some out like last year, right? So there's a whole bunch of episodes. I need to just start watching more anime in general. So need to start doing stuff like that. It's fun. It's a good time. I haven't done it before. I never really like had the time or the interest. Well, not really the interest, just time to watch anime like on my own, I guess. So I always did it with friends, but now I have time, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Why not? Bye, kitty. She's like, ugh, you're not paying attention to me directly. Ugh, you whore. I know. I'm awful. I'm the worst. I'm the worst owner ever. But we're just gonna hop into Master Duel. Yeah, let's do. There we go. Okay. I'm tired today. What's going on? Okay. Boink. We might do another tier list actually. Let's see. Was the Ember able to get some foods? Yeah, I was able to get a little bit. Um, right now, if people just send it through PayPal, it's probably the best way to do it. Just because if it goes to my Cash App, it just like instantly goes to like covering the negatives that I'm in, I guess. So it is what it is, but I got some bananas and the treat stream. Oh yeah, treat stream works. It's just being weird. But yeah, it does. It works. Um, so yeah, if people want to order me food, you can definitely do it through treat stream. I think I only have one thing on there right now, but that's That's more than enough. You know what I'm saying? So, if anybody wants to give me the good, do it through TreatStream, which is down below and active currently due to me being live on twitch.tv/Ember Light Veil. Wow. Wow. What is the event even? What is this? It has been done. What do you mean? Oh shit. But Tipsy. But Tipsy, I don't want to take any more from you, man. You've already helped so much. I appreciate you though. I appreciate you very much. I don't even know what this is. Event info. What's she? The exclusive forbidden limited list for the main deck. Medals are claimed at the end of each duel immediately. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean that's fair. I just Man machine. I kind of want to do this. Consists of monsters who thrive when spell trap cards are activated in the same column. For instance, Magical Musketeer Casper lets you add a Magical Musketeer card. Deck your hand, keep track of your cards, positions to outwit your opponent. When the back foot, Magical Musketeer Max is a good monster to link summon, as it can instantly improve your hand. Okay. I don't know how to play Magical Musketeers, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you again, Tipsies, so much. I really appreciate you. My grandparents are actually gonna send me some extra money. Coming up, hopefully by this Friday, this week. So that'll help a lot, like getting track of bills and shit. I really just want to pay my rent, just so I can not worry about my roommate and stuff, you know? Because I don't want to keep them waiting. Because that's not cool. That's fucked up. Okay. How the fuck do I play Magical Muskets? I don't know how to play Magical Musketeers. Magical Muskets. Musketeers, each player's turn. Good morning! Hi Shadow, how are you? Hope your day was good. Spell trap card is activated. This card call. Finish 10 cards from the top of your deck, face down, draw 2 cards. It was, yes, hella yeah, that's good. I'm glad you had a good day. I don't know how Magical Musket works. If you control a Magical Musketeer, target one face-up card on the field, destroy it. No. If anybody knows how to play Magical Musketeer in chat, oh, please help. You can special summon that, yes. No. Sure, this one? I don't know. Glad you had a good day though. Magical Musketeer, Night. Yeah. Oh gosh. I don't know how to fucking do any of this. Let's see. Guess we try this guy. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was really good. I was really happy about that. Wait, so what am I trying to summon here? Like something really big I need to summon, or... Two light and dark monsters. Uh... Oh, okay, well... I don't know how to play this deck, but we're gonna try it. I've always wanted to play Magic Musketeers. Or Magical Muskets. But yeah, I'm glad you had a good day. Awesome, awesome day, Shadow. I'm so glad. I don't know what I'm doing. It's that archetype that's based on German opera about the magic bullets. Really? Is that real, or are you joshing me? Sideshow, do you know how this deck plays? Because I've never played it before. Like, it seems interesting, but I don't know. Oh, fuck. Maybe that's the deck I should have chose. Spell trap card activated in this card's column. You can add one magic motion from your deck to your hand, but not a card with the same name. Okay. Fucking Dragoon over here. I don't like this one. Pop balls. Damn it. I'm boned. I have a deck in Duel Links. I know it works by activating spell trappers in the same column as monsters to trigger the monster's effects. Okay. Makes sense. Ow. Okay. Link to the V-Ray. What does this do? Special summon one monster from your hand. Gates effects immediately after resolves. Link summon one level 1. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this deck does. Maybe we need to watch a video about it. Balls. I don't think I'm ever gonna win. Okay. Yeah, I think I gotta surrender this one. I don't know if Magical Musketeers is the way, or Magical Muskets is the way to go for me. What is this? It's complicated. I don't know what any of these cards do. Fusion monsters which have Dark Magician as a required material, the effects of illusion of chaos and magical rod. Okay. There's a force to be reckoned with both different. Okay. Okay. So, God, I'm super fucking confused. We'll try the I wanna learn how to play this deck actually. So we'll play magical muskets. I want to know how to play this deck. So the more I play it, the better I'll do. I hope. Okay. Let's try again, chat. I'll actually wait till they try to kill me this time. Do my bestest for the restest. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You can activate magical moves, so trap cards from your hand. Activate those cards column. From your hand, but negate its effects, then immediately after it resolves. Magical musket monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. You control its attack to become double its original attack and defense until the end of the turn. It cannot be active. It cannot attack directly during the turn you activate this card. Okay. The boss monster of the deck is the one you tribute summon. So I thought it was weird they were chosen to represent Lynx. Yeah. We'll see what he does. Activate a spell trap card. You control a magic musket monster. Negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Okay. Because I don't want them to have the dark magic circle out. Okay. What do they got going on here? I hope everybody is having a relaxing day, though. I hope you're doing super awesome and stuff. Okay, I don't know what they're doing yet. I'm gonna see if they fuse. Okay. Activate the event. You can add one magical mascara from your graveyard to your hand, but not okay. Ah, take that, nerd. Tipsy is. That's good. That's good. I'm a little tired still, so I'm still taking in my caffeine and shit. Okay. Victory. She gaming. Let's go. Also, guys, I think I will be recording or doing another tier list at the end of stream here. We're gonna do breakfast restaurants this time, so we'll see how it goes. That's mainly the reason I don't have like music going. Ooh, I got a lot of fucking gems. What the hell? That way we'll keep Sideshow busy. Make him keep editing stuff. Don't worry, Sideshow. I'll give you the good milk duds. Give you the milk duds that you need. Yeah. Love bird. I'm sorry. You promise? All the milk duds. I'll produce the milk with my own titties. You special summon one level 4 or lower magic on then target one level 4 control. For the rest of this turn, this card resolves. You cannot special summon monster. Okay. Okay. What they call the milk duds, aren't they malt candies? Is malt? I think malt is milk. Yeah. That's why they put it in like shakes and stuff, right? It's like a dairy product. I don't know if it's like milk, but it is like a dairy product. Yeah. Yeah. I could use my Mimigals. Be fun. Magic comes in, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. There we go. Fuck you. Itch. Sure. Why not? We'll summon another one. If they let me. That forbidden droplet? Wait, are they running their own deck here? That might be kind of fucking crazy. God damn droplet. Aw, you suck. Take that, nerd. Oh, they didn't do anything. Never mind. Never mind. They're interesting cards. Rinseless. It's like Princess, but with mermaids and stuff. Oh, balls. Well, that's not super great. That's less good. Aw. Alright, let's hurry it up. Come on now. Come on, hurry up. I don't got all day for you to do whatever you want. Oh my goodness. But I know they equip monsters that are links and are good at maintaining hand advantage. Oh, okay. Good God, they just keep going. Good Lord. It's a big monster. I think they screwed me on the first turn. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, I'm so dead. Yep. What the fuck is happening? Jeez. Ow. Okay. Okay. Am I allowed to do something? Wait. Fuck. Oh, the end of the turn, it cannot attack. I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked that up. God damn it. Put the cards. Control for the rest of this turn. After the card resolves, you cannot special summon. Bro. Please no. Please no. Ah, fuck. He's gonna counter me. And I'm going to die. Oh, fuck you. I don't even know if what I'm doing is correct. I'm just kind of fucking around right now. Not gonna lie. Special trap card from your deck to your hand. Special summon. Must give monster different names from your deck up to the number of spell trap cards your opponent controls. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I like literally I can't do anything. Good god, this deck is terrible. Good lord. So I don't get anything even if I win. Or even if I lose, so. Which makes sense, but that's really fucking annoying. Get anything good? Probably not. Okay. Cool no dual fields. What? What is this one? Ooh, Lost World? That's pretty cool. Icon. Okay. We're just gonna play some, let's play some comp. See if we do any better. See what we do, chat. See how we doing. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Well, I got Mimigul Maker out, which is good. It's kind of what I need. I wonder if they're playing the new deck that came out, like the new deck archetype. I see. Labyrinths, maybe? Maybe it's Labyrinth? Or stun. Okay, let's do... There. Yeah, we'll just see if he's got a bunch of traps laid out. I guarantee he does. The only problem is burning through those traps before he has a chance to activate them. It's such a pain in the booty. Come on. Make choices. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Labyrinth deck. I should pull out my Labyrinth deck again. Be fun. Okay. Welcome Labyrinth. So big welcome, and then fucking welcome Labyrinth. I have an idea of what he's trying to do here, so hopefully I can counter that out. There she is. There she is, the big lady. Lovely Labyrinth. Lady of the Labyrinth. Lovely Labyrinth, okay. Ow. Bitch. Got another fucking counter? I can't fucking do anything? Huh? Huh? This is not stun. I hate stun. Stun is a bad juju. Bad times, chat. This is a little more manageable. Probably gonna stop that from activating, which is fine. Hello, make a move. Gross. One or later, dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this guy. Okay. Yep. Milk dud. Okay, so then we're gonna do this. And then we'll do the slime. Oh, they picked Archfiend. Okay. Works for me. So you could activate this card at the end of the phase, add one dragon monster from your deck. Okay. I should have another Mimigal Dragon in here. What? If I can summon this over to here, and then we can double summon, we'll get that, and then we'll get Mimical. Okay. I believe I know what to do. We're gonna get the Master out, we're gonna get the Throne, and then we're gonna get the Giant Mimical, I think is what it's called. It's gonna be kind of crazy. Y'all aren't ready for it. Bam, 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 bam. Y'all ready for this? I'm not ready for this. I don't know what to elaborate. Oh, they're disconnecting. Fuck. Why does this always happen? I don't understand. Because they scared of the Ember? Yeah, I wish. Okay. Okay. You can banish this card from yeah, then target one face down monster your opponent controls. Yes. I think that's the right one, but I could be really, really wrong. But whatever. Okay, that's fine. I was hoping it was a dragon, but I didn't remember. That's my biggest problem, is I gotta remember which and where. Transaction rollback, fuck you. Okay. Oh. Financial planner for every decision. I know, they're taking fucking forever. What if they're having connection issues, though? Oh, okay. Gonna hurt. Fuck Labyrinth decks. People just like to take their time, don't they? Holy. Play the game, nerd. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Give me what I want. Aha. Take that. Especially they have some kind of a counter for it. If they don't, I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, there it is. I feel it possible to figure that a new player controls face-up monster. They will send all face-up monsters they control to create card. What are they doing? Okay. Motherfucker, dude. I hate playing against Labyrinth decks. This is a really boring match because this person is just taking so long with everything. Literally just taking forever. I don't even understand. Any day now. You want a duel? Maybe I'd be down for it after this. We'll see. Yes. Yes. Come on, throw out another counter. I know it's gonna happen. Ooh, he took 4k worth of damage, but now he's gonna copy a trap card. I am trying to do comp though. I am trying to get some gems and stuff, so we'll see. Yay, I win. I did We did it. We did it. We finally won a match. Heck yeah. I bet he's playing a Blue Eyes deck. Kinda crazy. Yoink. Yeah. People never seem to have accessories that actually match their decks. That's true. If I had more accessories that match my deck, like, I'd be all in this motherfucker. I would love it forever and always. They don't have exactly one that fits my, like, most of my deck. I wish they had a Mimighoul, like, base and stuff. That'd be really nice. Ghost Trick is one of kind of similar. Yeah. I heard Ghost Trick was really bad though. I heard Ghost Trick was... It was one of those archetypes that was trying to be fun. But it just... Like, I think it just fell flat as far as the meta was concerned. At least in my opinion. You fucking Nibiru'd me? What a hoe. Whatever. I don't have another throne. Fuck. From your deck to your hand. Okay. Now, hopefully, they don't have fucking Nibiru. Again. Target face-up card. Feel the number of face-down monsters your opponent controls. Destroy them. Oh. Whatever. I wasn't expecting Nibiru. I should have been more careful. Should have been more careful about Nibiru. Always watch out for a Nibiru, chat. Oh, I should have put him in attack. What am I doing with my life? He has 3,300 attack. I'm a fool. You gotta go? Any day of the week now. Any day of the week. Hello. Yeah, I thought we'd do another tier list today at the end of stream. I think that'd be kind of fun. That way I could also put it on the YouTubes. And it'll be a good time. We'll start doing more long form content like that. I might start focusing a lot more on the YouTube content. Like, I'm still gonna stream, but it's not gonna be like my main place. I just like talking to you guys and having conversations. What the field spell does? Probably. Control a face-down monster. Cannot normal summon monsters, nor declare an attack with monsters. Remember, special summon this turn. During your main phase, you can have one Mimigul monster. That card is so dumb. Do it. Normal something. Cannot normal summon monsters. What are you doing, Chunky? Huh? My kid says hello. He's all up on the desk and stuff. He's like, my booty deserves its scritches. You just fucking Harpy's feather duster me, you hoe? Meow! What a slut. Just dropped a fucking Harpy's feather duster right on top of me. What does this do? Ha! Okay. Okay. A lot of people don't know how to play against Mimiguls because they're so funky, which is fun. It's fun for me. For that, I know they're taking fucking forever. I don't know what's going on. Learn your deck. Learn the flow. If they run out of time, it could be good for me. What is that? Oh. The fuck is this? One card sent during standby phase. Okay. When a card is activated, add one Primite card. Okay. I don't know what any of these cards do, so. Primite deck? Maybe? Huh. Okay. Okay. Spirit with eyes of blue. Fucking field spells, dude. Oh, it's a blue eyes deck. Told you guys. I told you it was blue eyes. I told you. Wah. Need to get rid of that card. Somehow. He was thinking about all the combos he could do. All the time, and Blue Eyes is still go. Yeah, no, Blue Eyes is like one of the. It's like top 5, top 10 right now decks. I think before certain patch updates, they were number 1. So yeah, they're a really strong archetype still. I need to get rid of this card. Don't use this. Truthfully, I would like to get rid of all of these, but I don't have any backline clear. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so boned. Why didn't you do an attack? Yugioh cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following. Okay. I mean, that doesn't bug me because it's not my card effect when it's on their side of the field. So. What do I need from Zeus? Let's see. 2 level 12 monsters. What? Do I even have 2 level 12 monsters? XYZ monster battle this turn. You can also XYZ summon Divine Arsenal, a Zeus Thunder. Okay. I don't think Zeus will work here, just because they have that protection against my card effects. So... God, I hate Blue Eyes, dude. It has so much support for like a beat stick deck. Ow. Okay, what do I do now? Okay. I think I'm gonna fucking lose this. Of course. Yeah, if I can't do anything this round, I'm kind of screwed. Yeah. Add it to your hand instead. Okay. I don't think there's any cards that can help me for where I'm at right now. I think I'll lose this one. Freaking Blue Eyes, dude. What are you gonna do, right? Ugh. Freaking Blue Eyes. Stinky, stinky Blue Eyes dragon. Yeah. Yes, we're gonna go Slime and then Fairy. I'm hoping they'll give me Slime. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, Blue Eyes is hardcore, man. And they have a ton of support right now, so definitely helps. Okay. That. Control here from a fan. Draw 2. Cool. Uh. Okay. That'll do it for me. Hopefully this will get better. Hopefully we do good. We do all the betterness. All your betterness in life. Gotta touch my boobies. Gotta touch my titties. To win this game. That's how Yugi won. He touched people's titties. Gave him the old razzle dazzle, you know? The king of Riz, exactly. Probably gonna have some type of a fucking I really need to return it to my hand. It's giving me a lot of cards to sacrifice for my setup. If I can get Giant Mimighoul. What does this guy take? 2 level 4 monsters. He's pretty good. I'm betting he has something that's gonna wipe out my backline or Raigeki me or something. I feel like he would have done it by now though. The king of Riz. That's right. That's how him and Kaiga made babies together. Yugi and Kaiba made best babies. Unaffected by your opponent's card effects, also by the first. Oh yeah, because that fucking lane is fucked. Hell yeah. Let's go. Uh-huh. If I get Mimighoul Dungeon out, it'll be a lot easier. Do it. Do it. Attack me. Thank you. Okay. Backup secretary. Okay. Another one? Jesus. The effect. Then we're gonna do the King of Riz. Kind of like Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. The King of Curses, except he's the King of the Riz. King of Rizmus. It's true. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. Okay. Correct attack. Pow. 1300, 1200. Okay, we can't be destroyed. That's it for me right now. 3,300. Let's go. Big boost. Now we can't normal summon, and if he does special summon, they can't attack me this turn, which is cool. Pretty sick. I should have put out 2 Mimigul Masters. That way I could fucking hone the shit out of this guy. I could have killed him last round if I was smart. What does this do? You can change one face down monster on the field to face an attack. Look how cute he is. The little dragon. He's so adorable and funky, fresh. Fine. Don't you surrender. Don't do it. I want to attack somebody, actually. Wish to murder their faces. First summon it if you do. Gain the... Why not? We'll max C that just in case. We do it just in case. That way when they special summon something, I can just get a card. Boink. Thank you. You control the extra monster zone. Okay. Oh, it's a math mech. Generally launch this card with special summon when your opponent activates a card. Okay. Oh, cool. Not gonna be enough if I can just attack through you. Yeah. Ooh, fancy. Ha! But you can't attack this turn. You suck. Haha. Ha 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 ha. Whoa. That's a big boy. You could have there. What? I'm sorry, what? He shouldn't have been able to attack that turn. What the fuck happened? That's fucking dumb. I should have just popped out 2 Mimical Masters and killed him when I had the chance. What the fuck was that? All from one card, too? Yeah. Well, like, okay, so I had a card that literally said, like, if you special summon a card this turn, you can't attack with it. And you can't normal summon. So, like, how did he attack me if he was not allowed to, I guess? That's fucking dumb. Bunch of fucking cheaters is what they are. It's true. Just a bunch of shenanigans. Alright, let's look at some packs really quick, and then I think I'm gonna we can watch some memery. Take a little break. Exod, Master of the Guard. Dun dun dun. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, I got another Malice card. That's fucking cool. I like that. Can ye spirits? I might want to try to put together a deck like this. Never. A lot of insects in this one, huh? Yoink. Oh god, not the sushi again. My friend Gabe has a sushi deck and it's like fucking annoying. It's really good. Berserker of the Tenyi. What does this do? It's just a beater monster. which is cool, but not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I don't know if any of these are any good even, but 2 cards and better set cards. Oh, looks like my food's here. Hold on, guys. Take a quick BRB, and then we'll watch some videos on YouTube while I eat. Alright. Let's watch a video. Let's call, well, it's in the original Japanese release. The change is huge, is a huge downgrade in my opinion. Well, let's see what it's about.
Malice has finally arrived in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and with it, the meta
I'm gonna be a
has
little quiet
changed
while I eat food, guys.
drastically.
So,
We may go as far
if you have
to
any
say
questions,
that
just let me know.
this is a tier 0 format. This brand new deck is probably stronger than anything else Yu-Gi-Oh! Has seen, barring maybe Element, a deck which is obviously very harshly hit. So, what do we do? How do we deal with the new tier 0 threat that is Malice? That's what I'm going to discuss today. I'm going to talk about Malice's game plan, its strengths, as well as its weaknesses, so you know how to play against it with the cards that are already in your deck, as well as what cards or strategies will do the best when you go against Malice. So if you want any hope of surviving this tier 0 format, make sure to watch the rest of the video. Before we begin, if you guys enjoy this different type of video where I break down a meta deck and the different aspects of it, then please make sure to let me know in the comment section below, as well as like and subscribe. We are close to 100,000 subs, so I'd like to see that number hit soon. So please sub and share with your friends. But with that said, let's talk about Malice. If you've been living under a rock and don't know about Malice, it's a very notorious deck. It's a deck that I've talked about on the channel before with its impact on the TCG, and one that I've complained about. I've been pretty vocal about not liking this deck in the sense of its health for the game. And you may understand my perspective after we talk about it. Let's do a quick run through of what the Malice cards do, just in case you haven't heard of them yet. The theme is a Dark Cybers theme that revolves around link summoning, and the entire aspect of the deck is to banish your own cards, and then when banished, they get extra abilities. You have 4 main deck monsters, all of which are important to the theme. 3 of which, Chessy Cats, White Rabbit, and Dormouse, will all return to the field once per turn when they get banished. March Hare is slightly different. When it gets banished, it does get itself back, but instead of getting itself back to the field, it gets itself back to the hand. Or rather, it gets any Malice card back, but usually it's itself. On top of that, they each contain unique effects pertaining to linked monsters, so that your Malice gets extra abilities, but they also have other effects just normally to get the combo rolling. all of which matter a lot, and the natural game plan for Malice will involve cycling through all of these names. The other aspect of the monsters is the Link monsters, and there are 3 of them. They are fantastic. They contain the same ability that the first 3 Malice main deck monsters do. For 900 life points, when they get banished, they return to the field. As good as that is for Link fodder, right? Because not bringing back 1 body here, you're bringing back 3 bodies, which can turn into 4s. They also have an additional ability when returned this way. Some better than others, but all very important. Red Ransom can banish another Malice or any Cybers from the deck, giving you another effect, continuing your chain of events. White Binder draws a card. And the effects don't end there, and this is where this deck feels so insane. These monsters also contain 2 other effects each, with Red Ransom giving you the ability to swap attack and defense, as well as on summon, searching any Malice spell card. White Binder gives you the ability to banish 3 cards from either graveyard, which is nuts once on summon, but then once per turn also sets any Malice trap from your deck or from your graveyard, so crazy. Meanwhile, Heart's Cryptor lets you banish a card on the field, and its effect can't be negated if it points to something. It's truly quite impactful. And with this deck banishing so much, you can see how you have such a flow of monsters. Your Link body count is really high. And the way this kind of works out is that you can end on a lot of different monsters. Cards like Appaloosa, which is insane. Firewall Dragon, or when you're going second, Access Code Talker. On top of the Malice Link monsters themselves, which are fairly good. Remember, Heart's Cryptor itself is a non-target banish effect that can't be negated. Do not think that is bad by any means. That is a premium disruption. And with 7 essentially once per turn effects that return to the field, you generate a ton of Link bodies. So it really is all quite easy to execute. Now, before we move on to the actual beating the strategy aspect, there's still one other thing to talk about with this deck. There is a set of 3 trap cards this deck can play, which is currently debated if you even play all 3, but they all share one thing in common. They can be used to turn their set by banishing a Malice monster that's face up on your field. So this means you can use them immediately, but also trigger banish effects. This also has unique application that anytime you target a Malice monster while a card is set, and it's a fresh set, it means you can dodge anything like Effect Veiler super easily. This deck also has a field spell that banishes any Malice from your hand, deck, or graveyard, which is not to be underestimated because that is powerful. Now, why is this deck so obscene if you couldn't already tell? Now, part of why this deck is so broken is it has 1-card combos. Like many modern decks, 1 Malice Dormouse does a lot. Dormouse, once per turn, banishes a Malice from the deck and can then send your combos with the next Malice monster's effect coming down. And we can see how the 1-card combo works in a bit of a second, but 1-card combos, really broken. On top of that, the destruction that this deck puts up is fantastic. So there's a few reasons. When you're looking at building a deck in disruption, there's a few things to keep in mind. Is it removal based? Is it negation based? Is it both? If it's both, that's better. If it's going to be removal based, is it able to remove from play like banish? Is it destruction? How do you remove cards from the field? If it's negation, what type of negation is it? Is it negate and destroy? Is it only monsters? Is it only spells? Because those are distinctions that can matter in how to beat a deck. Malice has both forms, this premium in almost both aspects. So let's talk about the more intuitive one, the removal. This deck has Heart's Cryptor, obviously, as well as its Trap NTP is another non-target banish. So in engine alone, this deck will have access to 2 non-target banishes. Banishing is already a very high level disruption. SP Little Knight is a prime example of that. You get a lot of value from banishing, and non-targeting is of course even better because it gives your opponent less ability to react and interact with your cards. And then on the flip side with negation, while the Malice deck has no in-engine way of negating cards, there's nothing really locking you from accessing extra deck tools. So you may get locked into Cybers with Splash Mage, but as long as you summon Appaloosa, Bow the Goddess first, you can negate monster effects. And then after Splash Mage is used, or even if you don't have to use it, you can make Terahertz. Terahertz is well
I don't
known
understand
to
any of
send a Daysavern to the grave, which will negate and destroy a spell or trap, meaning you have negation for anything you need. But the disruption is not just premium for that sake. There's other ways to analyze.
Let's do... Yeah, he was talking. I think he was talking to the much more experienced Yu-Gi-Oh players there, because he was using terms I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck that means. That's one thing I noticed about Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers, they usually go like way over everybody's head. Because it's usually like pro players who are like super good at the game, so they just think everybody understands what they're saying.
I bet most people have never heard of a cook named Mary Mallon, but it turns out she's actually one of the most famous people in American history. It's just that she's better known as Typhoid Mary. And today I'm going to be making a peach ice cream from 1911, the same dish which inadvertently allowed Mary to spread typhoid across New York City. So thank you to my Patreon patrons for supporting this channel as we make Typhoid Mary's peach ice cream, this time on Tasting History.
I love this guy. He got great videos.
Earlier this year, I did a video on the history of gout, and people really enjoyed it, so I figured I would do a whole little series of videos that have to do with food-related illnesses, spread out over the rest of the year. So this is number 2 in that series, a video on typhoid.
Hi, Sharp. How are you,
Typhoid is still with us
sweetie?
today in many
Hello.
parts of the world,
Hi,
but
hi.
in North America and Europe, it was much more common in the 19th and early
I know,
20th
I love
century
tasting
before
history.
hand washing became as common as it would become today.
Turn off the-
Back then, typhoid was endemic and caused millions of people to become seriously ill each year,
killing
with a
people?
mortality rate
Are you
of 10%.
playing,
It is also
Helldivers
one of
or
the most
something?
deadly diseases around. It has a number of symptoms, but the most
playing
severe tend to be
Helldivers?
gastrointestinal in nature, and it's usually contracted by eating
Gypsy, can I
food
get a
or
sharp?
drinking
Can I
water
get
that has been
a
contaminated
shout
with
out
the
for sharp, please?
Salmonella typhi bacteria. And so
Thank
finding
you.
a source of that bacteria has always been the best way to stop an outbreak. And in the 19th and early 20th century, that usually meant finding somebody who had
yeah.
typhoid.
I meant games.
That wasn't the case with Typhoid Mary, because while she had it, she didn't
you.
have any
I ain't gonna say
symptoms,
nothing.
so
I'm
nobody
all
knew
zipped
that
up.
she had it. And she turned out to be the first known asymptomatic carrier of typhoid. She unwittingly spread the disease as a cook to wealthy New York families, and years later, Dr. George Soper, who had discovered Typhoid Mary, wrote it was not first clear how the family could have been
ain't no
infected from the
snitch.
cook.
I ain't
There is
telling.
little food that
I
a
ain't
cook
involved.
handles which is not subsequently raised to a temperature
You do you,
sufficient
girl.
to make it harmless.
Go piss or
I
something.
found, however, that on
Oh,
a
wow,
certain
my
Sunday,
vampire.
there was a dessert which Mary prepared, and of which
Damn it.
everybody present was extremely fond. This was ice cream with fresh peaches cut up and frozen in it. I suppose no better way could be found for a cook to cleanse her hands of microbes and infect a family. Now, this dish might have been any kind of ice cream. He's not specific. It could have been vanilla
play
with
Hunt?
peaches, which is very similar to a
not
peach
super
melba, which
often.
I've done
Was
here on the
never,
channel
like,
before,
super
and which
into
is in
it.
the Tasting
And I heard there's a
History
lot of
cookbook.
hackers right now,
But
so
it
I'm
also
pretty much
could have been
avoiding it.
peach ice cream, and so that's what I'm going to be making. And I
Yeah.
found numerous peach ice cream recipes from this period, but I wanted to make an American-style ice cream
Like
because
people with like aimbot and just being able to see you on the map and all sorts of stuff. So up top MMR. It might not be as common in top MMR because they don't get caught up there. But who knows?
she was cooking in America, and that
Who
means one
knows?
with no egg yolks in it. Also, an American-style ice cream doesn't need to be cooked, so everything is raw, which is important for spreading typhoid. The recipe comes from the 1911 cookbook Everyday Desserts by Olive Green, and her name was not actually Olive Green, that was a pseudonym for Myrtle Reed. Peach ice cream. Mix a quart of cream with a cupful of sugar and 4 tablespoons of sherry. Add 4 cupfuls of peaches mashed fine and sweetened to taste, and freeze. Very simple, but it sounds delicious. So for this recipe, what you'll need is 8 to 10 ripe peaches, which should be enough to make about 4 cups of puree, plus a few more peaches to cut up and put into the ice cream. Then 1 quart or 1 liter of heavy cream, a quarter cup or 60 milliliters of sherry, and 1 cup or 200 grams of
sherry.
sugar, plus more for sweetening the peaches. And the
I
amount of
play,
sugar that
like,
you'll need to sweeten the peaches is
Helldivers
really going to
and
depend on how ripe the peaches are.
a little bit
The riper
Fortnite.
the better, they will be
I haven't really been
sweeter,
playing
and
a lot of,
the skin will come off a lot
shooters lately.
easier if they are ripe. And that is actually how you need to start the recipe.
I'm playing
after
Dark Tide,
washing your
actually.
hands, so nobody gets typhoid. So the
They're
easiest way to peel a
hackers.
bunch of peaches is to slice the bottom with a little X, then bring a large pot of water to a boil and set the peaches in for about 15 or 20 seconds, and then take them out and immediately plunge them into ice water. Just a few seconds later, you should easily be able to
Yeah.
peel the skin off
Yeah, that makes
using
sense.
just your fingers. Once they're all peeled, slice them in half.
It's probably
and
like
remove the
lower
pit.
MMR
Of
where
course,
people are
if they
cheating
are
though,
nice and
because
ripe,
they don't
you're
get
probably
reported
going
as
to mangle the
often.
peach as you remove the pit, but since we're making this into a puree, it really doesn't matter. And I'd start with
Exactly.
7 or 8 of the peaches.
Well, it's cool because I think they're adding luminant weapons, right? Or they already did.
Which should be enough for about 4 cups of puree, and then you can save the other peaches for cutting up and freezing.
At least that's what I heard.
And you can use a potato masher to mash the peaches, but much easier is to actually use an immersion blender if you have one, because you want this to be as smooth as possible.
We could
Then
put
measure
held
out
average
4
or whatever.
cups of
Yeah,
the
definitely.
puree,
We'll set
and
something
at this
up.
point in the recipe, it says it should be
I
sweet.
pretty much don't do anything but stream.
So exactly how sweet that is up to you. If they're really sweet, you might not even need anything at all. Mine were fairly sweet, and I started off with about a half cup, but then I ended up going with about
We'll
a
figure
whole
something
cup,
out.
and
I'll message you.
That was sweet
I
enough
will
for me.
Discord you.
Once the puree is ready to go, grab a large bowl and add in the cream.
Chad, if you haven't checked out Sharp Tooth, they are a super amazing voice actor. They do normal voice acting stuff and lewd voice acting stuff. They are also a great, wonderful bean who I've collabed with before, and I love their energy. So please go check them out. Please go check them out. They're kind of a nerd, but it's okay.
Cream as well as the sherry, and then slowly add in the cup of sugar, whisking as you do. Some of the old recipes that I found actually have you make the sugar into a syrup, which will incorporate better, but this one says to just add the sugar, so that's what I'm doing. Then once the sugar is fully
Sharp
incorporated, you
even
can
has
add the sweetened
titties
peach
you can
puree
go
in
see.
and stir it until everything is fully combined. Then it is time
That'll get
to
'em
freeze
going.
the ice cream, and for this, you will need an ice cream maker. I am using a very simple Cuisinart ice cream maker. It's not that expensive and it's very effective, but they also make really fancy ones that can usually do a lot
get that
more
bread.
ice cream at one time. Whatever you use, add the mixture to the maker and follow the instructions to turn
burger
it into a soft
that you
serve
ordered
ice
me,
cream.
Tipsy, is
And while it
fucking
works, find a
huge.
mold of some
Jesus.
sort to freeze the ice cream. Ice cream was pretty much always molded at this time, often in the shape of the main ingredient, but for this you can use any mold, even if it's just a glass or
crazy.
metal bowl.
What?
So slice up one of the peaches and put a few slices in the mold, and then when the ice cream is ready, pour it into the mold. And you can add more peaches throughout so they'll get frozen inside. Then fill the mold to the top with the ice cream and set it in the freezer for several hours until it is nice and firm. And during that time, make sure you are subscribed to Tasting History. Hit that like button. It really does help out the channel as I
Goddamn,
tell you
I might
the
have to eat that in
tragic
multiple
tale
sittings.
of
Holy shit.
Typhoid Mary.
Not eating a lot recently has
On August 27th,
really shrunk
1906,
my
the
stomach.
daughter of Charles Henry Warren, a banker to the elite of New York City, became horribly ill with typhoid. The family was in Oyster Bay on Long Island where they'd rented a mansion for the summer. The area was filled with wealthy New Yorkers who spent their summers there to escape the heat of the city. So with this type of society, it was unusual that Mr. Warren's daughter should become ill with typhoid, which was a disease usually associated with poverty and filth. Even more worrying was that by the end of the week, Mrs. Warren, along with a second daughter, 2 maids, and a gardener, had all become ill with the disease. While this was obviously distressing for the family, who was ill, it was also distressing to the owner of the home, Mr. George
That's not
Thompson.
good.
He actually owned several houses in the area and would rent them out, kind of a early adopter of the Airbnb model.
Slumlord.
But if word got out that his houses had typhoid, he was worried nobody would want to rent them. So before word spread,
What even is typhoid? Anybody know what typhoid is?
Thompson had some doctors from the area
Let me know,
come in
chat.
to
Google
test
it
the waters
for me,
of the water
'cause I'm too
supply, the
lazy.
well, the cesspit, the outhouse, the one working toilet
Sweet.
inside.
Thank you,
But they
Tipsy.
all came up clean as a cesspit and a toilet can be. That is, they didn't have typhoid. Finally, Thompson contacted friends in New York who put him in touch with Dr. George Soper, who, despite his title, was not a medical doctor, but a sanitary engineer. Soper decided to focus on the people who were actually in the house.
I love
both
how
the
they'll give
family
people,
and
like,
the people who were working
who are
there.
not
But other than those
doctors,
who had already
doctor
come down
titles,
with
but they're not
typhoid,
technically a doctor,
nobody else
like
seemed to
chiropractors.
have any sign of the illness. But there was one
Like
person who,
chiropractors.
during the time of the outbreak, was there, and then 3 weeks into it,
Abdominal pain,
left.
constipation,
And she didn't
diarrhea,
leave a forwarding address,
and
and she
sometimes a
left
rash.
with no notice at all. She was a cook named
Well, how
Mary
does how does
Mallon.
that kill people?
Mary
though?
Mallon was born September 23rd, 1869
That's what I
in
wanna
County
know. I wanna know
Tyrone in the north
how.
of Ireland. And when she
Oh,
was
that
about
kills
15,
people.
she emigrated to the US and after living with her aunt and uncle, worked as a maid and then a cook in the homes of New
Yeah.
York's affluent families. Between 1900 and 1906, she had worked for at least 7 families, the last being the Warrens in Oyster Bay. And Dr. Soper was the first one who reached out to contact all of these families, and it turns out that all but one had had an outbreak of typhoid shortly after Mary started working for them. In all, 22 people had become ill and one young girl had died. And so Soper was the first to kind of put all
That's
of these
fair.
dots together and came to the conclusion that it was Mary
true.
Mallon who was causing all of
Pooping
these
yourself is kind of
outbreaks.
bad news
The
back then.
problem was he didn't know where she was. It wasn't until the following year, in March of 1907, that he became aware of a report out of Manhattan where a wealthy family living on Park Avenue was being ravaged with typhoid, leading to the death of a young woman in her 20s.
Just
and after
like
some investigation,
on the
he
toilet.
learned that there
You just hit, oh, that's how you die on the toilet. You're gonna pull an Elvis there. Oh god. Oh god.
their cook was Mary Mallon, the current cook. And so he went to the house and went to the kitchen to confront Mallon. And when he was there with all of her co-workers around, he said, "Have you noticed that everywhere you go, people get typhoid?" And she had. She admitted, yes, absolutely. But just thank goodness I've never gotten it.
Oh,
How
thank
lucky
God.
am I? And that's when he broke it to her that actually you probably did get it. It was just such a mild case that you never realized it. And then, in front of all of her colleagues, in his own words, "I was as diplomatic as possible, but I had to say I suspected her of making people sick, and that I wanted specimens of her urine, feces, and blood."
Just in front
She
of
seized a
everybody.
carving fork and advanced in my direction. I pressed rapidly down the long narrow hall, through the tall iron gate, out through the area, and so to the sidewalk. I felt rather lucky to escape.
There's actually a
confessed to
video I want to
myself
show you
that
guys
I
about
had
people
made a
that
bad
died on the
start.
toilet. It's pretty
Apparently,
funny.
Mary did not understand that I wanted to help her.
It's pretty freaking
Apparently
hilarious,
not.
actually.
Now, it is unclear whether Mary had any inkling at this time that she actually was the cause of all of these outbreaks. She obviously knew that they were happening, and she did leave shortly after they took place, but possibly just as a way to preserve her own health. Also, nobody in the medical community knew of an asymptomatic carrier of typhoid at this point, so why would she possibly think that she was the first? Well, Dr.
Yeah.
Soper, after recovering his wits from the attempted forking that Mary tried to give him, decided that it was best to follow
Sideshow,
her
are you
and
still here?
find out where she lived, and so he did. He kind of stalked her, not gonna lie, and then hounded her for a while, but he was unable to convince her that she was, in his own words, a living human culture tube and chronic typhoid germ producer, a menace to the community. So much for bedside manner, right? Well, Dr. Soper decided finally to contact the authorities, specifically the New York City Health Department, and tried to convince them that he might have found the first known asymptomatic typhoid carrier. And finally, they agreed.
Probably not the first
The
one.
department
They
acted
just,
favorably on my recommendation.
first one they
It
noticed.
would get the specimens peacefully, if possible. But if this was not possible, it would get them anyway. First, the department sent a female doctor, Dr. Josephine Baker, a rarity at the time, but they thought that a female doctor might have better luck at getting Mary to give up some specimen samples, but she did not have better luck. Mary just slammed the door in her face. So then Dr. Baker went back, this time with some policemen in tow, but Mary was a sly one and escaped out of the
You know how many
kitchen,
times she's
leading
probably
the
been
men
caught for
on
this?
a
And she was just
3-hour
getting away
foot
with it.
chase
That's crazy.
around Manhattan. This 40-year-old woman was seen leaping out of windows and over fences,
That's
and
so funny.
finally she barricaded herself in a privy, though likely
Bye,
had somebody helping her
Joe.
to put trash cans in
Hello.
front of it. And there, the police finally caught up with her and took her into custody, but still, Mary did not go quietly. As Dr. Baker described it, springing from her lair, fighting and cursing, both of which she could do with appalling efficiency and vigor, I told the policeman to pick her up and put her in the ambulance. This we did, and the ride down to the hospital was quite a wild one. At this point, Mary was taken to a hospital where they took samples, and it turns out Mary was just chock full of typhoid. At that, she was
Gross.
sent into quarantine on North Brother Island in the East River off the Bronx. Thus, Typhoid Mary, Mary Mallon, though 40, fat, buxom, a typical cook, has been a prisoner because of the fear of the doctors that she will spread the dread typhus germ wherever she lives. For 3 years, Mary was kept against her will
Fucking
on the
rough.
island. And during that time, they never really explained to her why they thought that she was a carrier, why she had been spreading this disease.
That's kind of
And
fucked.
even
They don't even explain it
the
to you.
doctors didn't seem to fully understand the situation because they didn't force her to wash her hands while she cooked for them.
Right.
Yes, while she was on the island, she was one of the cooks for the nurses and the
Oh
doctors.
my God,
So that
why?
being the case, it's no wonder that Mary and many others believed that she was actually just being used as a scapegoat because she was an Irish immigrant. At this time,
Oh
there
my
was
God,
so
that's
much
so
fear and
fucked.
hatred against the Irish that they were often used as scapegoats
That's not
for
very
all
nice.
sorts of things, simply because they were Irish immigrants and they had an accent. She said, "All the water in the ocean wouldn't clear me from this charge in the eyes of the health department. They want to make a showing. They want to get credit for protecting the rich, and I am the victim." But while some of the public did sympathize with her, many were also frightened of her, partly
Oh, my neck is all
because
stiff.
of an article that Dr. Soper put out labeling her
Oh, I just
Typhoid
pop like
Mary,
crazy.
a name which was picked up by newspapers
You ever just
and
pop your
other
neck and it
doctors
just
alike.
releases like
In a letter
all
to
the
her
stress?
lawyer, Mary wrote, "I have been in
God, that
fact a
felt
peep show
good.
for everybody.
Kinda takes
Even
the breath out of
interns
you.
had to come to see me and ask about the facts already known to the whole wide world. The tuberculosis men would say, 'There she is, the kidnapped woman.' Dr. Park has even had me illustrated in Chicago. I wonder how the said Dr. William H. Park would like to
Right.
be insulted and put in the journal and call him or his wife Typhoid William Park." Though even as the name by which history would remember
This feels so
her
good.
spread,
It's like
so
I don't even
too
expect
did
it
her
half the time, but
reputation
when
for
it happens,
being
I'm like,
quite a cook.
oh.
In 1909, the Topeka State Journal reported that he wants to marry her. Out in Lansing, Michigan, there is a man anxious to marry Typhoid Mary. The man does not seem to doubt that Mary will have him. He never met the woman, who is said to be a living culture of typhoid fever bacilli, but all he read in the paper, he is assured she must be a good cook. He sets down as the first requisite of a good wife her ability to cook. Eventually, in 1910, after 3 years of being quarantined, Mary was released
3
on the
years?
promise that she would never
Jesus.
be a cook again. Unfortunately, that is not the end of our story, because after
She just went
some
back to
months
doing
of
it.
trying to be a laundress and then trying to let out a room, Mary found that she just couldn't make ends meet, so she had to go back to her old profession of being a cook. Of course, no agency was going to place her with a wealthy family anymore, so she had to do something else. And Dr. Soper reported that she violated every detail of the pledge she had given to the Department of Health. She changed her name and went to cooking again. Under the name of Marie Bresshoff and sometimes Mrs. Brown, she now cooked in hotels, restaurants,
Oh
and sanatoria.
no.
Over the next 5 years, everywhere that Mary went, typhoid was sure to go. Outbreak after outbreak after
Oh my
outbreak,
God,
everywhere
dude.
that she worked. And I understand not wanting to admit that you're the one making all of these people sick, but at some point I feel like she had to have realized
She had to have gotten like
that
hundreds
what
of
the
people
doctors were
sick.
saying was true.
Right.
She was the source of the bacteria.
She had to get,
Then in
like, everybody
1915, when
sick.
she was working at Sloan Hospital for Women in Manhattan, there was an outbreak that infected
Yeah, she is a
25
dum-dum, but you
people,
gotta think
2 of
back in
whom
the day,
died.
science
And to
is
discover
definitely
the
like
cause, the chief obstetrician
science isn't the way it is today, so like they probably just thought it's like fucking witchcraft, you know?
reached out to someone with a proven track record.
She's like, that doesn't
George
exist.
Soper.
You're just
After a
trying to hate me because
description
I'm
of everyone
Irish.
who worked there, including the cooks, he obtained a writing sample from the cook and confirmed that is Mary Mallon, only under a different name. So she was confronted, she fled to Long Island, but there the police caught up with her, and she was once again taken into custody and sent back to North Brother Island,
Oh
this
my
time
God.
for the remainder of her life.
Aw.
For 23 years, she lived on the island in a cottage, and for work, she would wash bottles in the laboratory. And occasionally, she was allowed to visit the mainland for the day, because unless she was cooking, she wasn't really a danger to anyone, but she would always have to come back to the island by nightfall. Mary had lost all of the fight that she had in her first quarantine, and by all accounts had become
that lady
resigned
was...
to her fate. And Dr.
She was
Soper,
going
the
for
man
it.
who had somewhat cruelly dubbed her Typhoid Mary, wrote that she felt that she had been hounded because of typhoid fever. She did not admit that there was any typhoid about her, but since others said there was, she had not been allowed to go freely where she pleased and do what she wanted to do. As her lawyer had said, she had been advertised to the world as a dangerous person, and
She
had
is
been
fucking
treated
dangerous.
worse than a criminal.
What do you
And yet,
mean?
she had not been guilty of the least violence.
Yeah,
toward
she kind of a
anyone.
dum-dum.
On Christmas morning, 1932, she was found on the ground in her cottage, paralyzed from a stroke. And 6 years later, in November of 1938, she died, and
Damn.
only 9 people came to her funeral. By that time, Mary Mallon was all but forgotten, but Typhoid Mary is remembered to this day. Honestly, even for all her obstinance, it's really hard not to pity Mary Mallon. During her lifetime, other asymptomatic carriers of typhoid were identified, and none of them were put away forever. They were allowed to live their lives. Now, it was the fact that she went back to cook that was the issue at hand, and so, she couldn't be trusted not to do that. But also, it's hard to imagine what she actually believed way back then, when the idea of germs and how it all worked and how disease was spread was still unknown by most of the public. This was a time before hand washing was very common, even when you were a cook. Fortunately, we
That
live
is
in a
fucking
time
rough, isn't
where
it?
it's very well known and documented, and so we do wash our hands, especially before we cook, so we don't have to worry about passing on typhoid with dishes like this peach ice cream. So once the ice cream has frozen, you can release it from the mold by
Yeah, that'd
simply
be
letting it
great.
warm a bit by sitting out for a few minutes, or you can rush it a little by putting a hot towel over the top for a moment. Then you can add more peaches for decoration, and
That
should
looks
you have
really
any of the
fucking
peach
good,
puree
actually. I
left,
love peaches.
You can sweeten it and strain it through a strainer and use that as a puree atop the ice cream. And here we are, Typhoid Mary's peach ice cream.
That's pretty
from
fucking good,
1911.
actually,
I gotta
chat.
say, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I was taking tastes even before I froze it, and so I know it's gonna taste good. So often they would basically slice this, kind of more like an ice cream cake of sorts, but I'm just gonna dig into it since it's only me here. Okay, it's very hard. I'm gonna just start with a little bit of the ice. It doesn't have any flavor. It's not that it doesn't have flavor, it's that it has numbed the inside of my mouth, so I couldn't really taste it. I think if I let it cool a little or warm a little bit, it'll be better, but
Alright, we're gonna watch this one. The disturbing reality of toilet deaths.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about a very embarrassing that. And Elvis isn't the only person to just die of a big fat heart attack or drug overdose on a toilet.
I understand
A
if
lot
you
of
guys don't
famous
want to
people
watch
do a
this,
lot of
but it's so
drugs
funny.
and nasties,
It's so funny.
And they die while they're taking a much like Judy Garland, or Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, who was found dead on the toilet with blood streaming from her mouth after an overdose on pills. Follow the yellow brick road. Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Am I right? Also, English novelist Evelyn Waugh died after having a heart attack and then drowning in his toilet.
How does that happen? Did he get?
He must be like, ah! And then fell on his knees. Oh! Right?
Oh
one of
my
those kind of things.
God.
And apparently, 11% of all cardiac arrests happen while people are sitting on the toilet. I'm not.
See, that's crazy to me. 11% of all cardiac arrests, which is like one of the highest causes of death in the U.S., happen on a toilet. That was an
That frightens
impressive
me.
statistic.
Every time I take a now I'm gonna be like, is this it? Is this the time I pass on into the next life? Because it might be. But this is because you're straining yourself while trying to poop, and it can stress your heart out. And people are like,
It stress your
"Don't do that." And like I said, I
heart?
take some rancid. shots. So that is how I'm going to die. I can tell you that right now. But
Today's video is sponsored by PTSD.
tip of the iceberg. Let's go. First up, I want to talk about Duke Jing of Jin. That sounds like I'm being racist, but that's his name. He was the ruler of the state of Jin, one of the most powerful states in ancient China, and he reigned from 599 BC to 581 BC. During his 19th year of ruling, the Duke mysteriously fell ill and died a few months later. According to the commentary of Zuo, which is ancient Chinese documents, you fucking losers, before his death, the Duke dreamed of a great demon with disheveled hair that reached to the ground, beating his breasts.
I had to make sure it was a guy, but he was like,
Beating his breast, his man tits. The demon blamed the Duke for the death of his descendants and asked God to have him pay the consequences.
Shit's
When the
fucking
Duke
funny.
awoke, he called a witch to explain this dream, to which he told him,
You will not live to eat this year's new wheat.
Soon after, the Duke fell extremely ill and requested the assistance of a physician. For his arrival, the Duke had another dream. There's a lot of dreams with the Dukes here. The Duke of Dreams is what we should have called him. This time it was the disease manifesting itself into two boys. Where are we going with this? They taunted the Duke by saying even the best physician wouldn't be able to hurt them, as one was hiding in his heart and the other hiding below his throat.
That's like old school
He
medicine.
basically had microplastics in his bloodstream and he died. When the physician arrived, he informed the Duke that there was nothing that could be done for him. Yeah, I like how they're like, I don't know. It's 581 BC. What do you expect of me? He's like, can I go in for an appointment? They're like, there is no place to go. I come to you. That's what, here it is. A few months later, the new wheat harvest season arrived and the Duke was still alive.
For real. Like, you just had old ass class doctors that are like,
Go back,
here's
witch
mud
slap in the
and
face. He ordered his servants to
pea
use some
or
of the wheat
something.
to
I don't
prep
know.
The Duke to eat. While it was being prepared, they dragged the witch to the baker, showed her the bread, and then executed her on the spot. God damn!
Jesus.
Just as the Duke was getting ready,
He hasn't
to
even
eat the
eaten it
wheat,
yet.
He felt bloated, so he went to the loo. I like how he's like, guys, before I eat this bread, I have to shit. But unfortunately, he slipped and drowned.
yeah, apparently he fell into like a pit of shit.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
he slipped in and drowned into a pit of shit. So was he just like hovering over a giant hole in the ground? He was like,
I imagine right as he walked in, he like slipped on
That's
the curb.
rough, dude.
fell back in. But the story doesn't end there. Apparently, the slave who pulled the Duke's body out of the toilet also had a dream that morning about carrying the Duke to heaven. I wonder in the dream if he was covered in shit
That's
too.
what I wonder.
Yeah, he's just like the Duke, and he was so stinky. He was covered in some kind of stinky mud. Consequently,
Ew.
the slave was buried alive with the Duke to serve him in the afterlife.
Bro.
God damn, dude. Do you think the servant, do you think
What
he
the
was stoked
fuck?
about that? Or do you think he was kind of pissed? I mean, he's dreaming
What
about
the
it.
hell,
I was gonna say, I
dude?
think what
Oh
it
my
was is,
god.
like, they said, like, why didn't you
Yeah,
tell me
that fucking
I
sucks,
had a
doesn't
dream?
it?
Then
What
they
the
put-
fuck, dude?
Well, we saw what happened.
Right, he's like, I don't want to tell
just
anybody
keep it to
about this.
myself.
I'm gonna get
Next up,
fucking
we have
killed.
Arius. Arius was a Christian priest from Alexandria, Egypt.
I'm gonna get
from
murdered if I
256
do
to
that.
336 AD, and is one of the most controversial figures in early Christian history. Windigan's like, what?
Oh.
Arius argued that Jesus, while divine, was not co-eternal with God, the Father, but instead was a created being.
This apparently caused chaos.
Arius said, "Fucking what?" People are like by the Sphinx, like. What did he say? This view
What?
condemned Arius as a heretic within the Christian community, so he was excommunicated and exiled in 325 AD. But by 336 AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine had ordered Arius to be reinstated into the church. Thank you, Constantine.
He was like persuaded by his followers. He's like, fine, I'll do it.
God damn, fine, I'll do it. Jeez. It was a lot cooler here in Rome before Christianity. On the day of his reinstatement, Arius was walking proudly through the streets of Constantinople when he felt a sudden urge to relieve himself. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have to shit.
That's
So
me
he
every
rushed to
time
the
I have
nearest
milk
latrine.
products.
Couldn't put
It's
up a
pretty
picture of the
bad.
latrine. It's an old toilet. So he rushed to the nearest latrine and fainted after violent relaxation of his
Yummy.
bowels. He fainted after he violently shit himself. According to
So yummy.
Scholasticus, a bitter enemy of Arius, his bowels and small intestines hemorrhaged and his spleen and liver bursted out of his body, causing him to die almost instantly. Is this where you shit your guts out came from? It is,
Why?
isn't it? Oh, God! and all of his gutty works just fell out of him. Modern scholars attribute Ares' death may have been a result of poisoning by his opponents. What opponents? What the But too many at the time. The fact that Ares died in such a sudden and horrific manner, just before he was to be reinstated, was interpreted by many as an act of divine retribution. I like how they're like, Jesus was fucking pissed. To them, this was proof that Ares' views were indeed heretical, and that God had stepped in to prevent his reintegration into the church. I would think that if God was going to do something like that, it would be more like, be much more grandiose.
I mean, shitting your guts out.
I mean, shitting your guts out, don't get me wrong, I guess to be fair, you're kind of, yeah, you're walking me back. If you shit your guts out and somebody finds you with your out and you're like, I mean, your entire gutty works are just like hanging there with your tiny little red, you're just like,
Oh
yeah,
my god.
People would be like, oh, dude, Ares sucks. Look at Ares, dude, just shit his guts out. Look at tiny his is, and you're just like,
Why?
flies and shit going around you, farting, and his like intestines are like slapping. It's like,
Oh my god.
Oh my god, why?
why, God, why? I guess when I think of God doing something like that, I think of just the guy exploding.
Fuck.
Right? You're like, holy shit. Next up, we have JW, aka the Balloon Man. The Balloon Man. Ever since birth, JW suffered from gastrointestinal issues, just like Mr. Beast. At the age of 2,
Just
he
like
often
Mr.
suffered from
Beast.
irregular bowel
Oh,
movements,
damn.
constipation, and unusually bloated belly. Yeah, he just looks like he's like fully pregnant. We were like, JW's pregnant again. He's like, stop it. Got like perfect pregnant belly. Stop it, guys. You know what's disgusting about pregnant women? Is when their belly. I'm telling you. You know what? God bless all the women who have children, because it's a hard thing. But you know what I don't like?
For real.
Is when their belly button gets pushed out and then they get those stretch marks by their belly button.
Oh, it's like they're gonna rip in
Like,
half.
splitting at the seam there.
Oh,
That always
God.
scares the shit out of me, because I'm always just like, I don't think it's gonna hold. That's what I used to think as a kid. I was like, I don't think it's gonna hold. Over the years, the severity of these symptoms worsened,
Oh,
causing his
no.
stomach to swell up and become permanently bloated due to the accumulating fecal matter. Old boy was blocked up. He's like, I just can't stop eating cheese. JW Velveeta is his name. By the time he reached 16,
JW.
JW could go up to 1 month without any bowel movements.
Bro, that would fucking suck, dude. You have to get in there with your hand or something,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
unbelievable. It's a chocolate river. We don't even want to get into it. Thinking it was a tumor, JW tried to go to the doctor, but he was unable to receive any medical treatment for his condition, as the surgery was deemed too dangerous.
Bro, that's
at the time.
hardcore.
Guys, we're talking about, when even is this? What year is this? Oh, the 1800s. Instead, at the age of 20, JW joined a freak show in Philadelphia and was dubbed the Balloon Man and Windbag.
He looks so
for
mad.
his protruding belly. And so help me God, if I start seeing people calling me the Balloon Man or Windbag, I am going to be fucking livid. I can't escape the controlling fire thing. That little son of a bitch at Chick-fil-A has ruined my life, all right? In 1892, less than a decade later, JW was found dead in a bathroom. His final moments were spent attempting to relieve a bowel movement.
He was struggling, dude.
Oh.
People are just like, classic JW, classic Balloon Man. An autopsy revealed that his colon was 8 feet long.
Oh.
My God. With a circumference of 28 inches. And
Oh
contained
my
40
God,
pounds of
chat.
shit. That's insane.
Chat,
He's got the
no.
goddamn Anaconda from that Ice
No.
Cube movie in the 90s. He has that
It's all
Anaconda
Tipsy's
wrapped up
fault.
inside of him.
Poor JW. It's all Tipsy's fault.
Anaconda.
He's like, guys, no, seriously, my stomach hurts. They're like, Balloon Man, Balloon Man. Oh.
Now Tipsy repeating himself.
I think during the freak show, people were allowed to come up and touch it.
Oh, they definitely are going up and slapping his belly like a bald guy's head. You know what I mean? Oh, I bet it was brutal. He's probably just sitting there the whole time like,
You think he liked it?
No, I think he's in pain. He didn't think he liked that. His 8-foot megacolon is now on display in
Bro,
Philadelphia at
no.
the Mutter Museum.
What the
It is stuffed
fuck?
with straw and fabric to simulate what
No
it would
way,
look like
dude.
with poop in it. We gotta go. If you're in Philadelphia, you gotta tell me, is the Mutter Museum worth it? Is the Mutter Museum, is it like a freak show museum?
I think so.
Oh,
Scientific, yeah, it's like
Scientific oddities
You better-
now.
they better have a fucking thing that you can go up and like press it.
Yeah,
That's what they
yeah,
should've
yeah.
done with it.
Scientific
You see the medical and
oddities,
you're like, this is what it looks
fools.
like, but then they have like a fake like
Be
silicone
respectful.
thing that you can like, press your face up against it.
Bet Tipsy's had a poop like that
It
before.
must have been so hard.
Tipsy's gonna die in the toilet with his trucker hemorrhoids.
God, it fossilized inside of him. You'd have to assume. I wonder if he did it feel like he was now broken glass, hard chunks of like that, like rocks and pebbles.
I was
Ah.
gonna say his colon was 28 centimeters wide, so his shit was.
How wide do you think his asshole was? Your colon goes to your asshole, right? So if you're getting stretched up that much, you're stretching. Do you think he was always just crowning on a little burnt baby's head just right there? At the top?
Oh,
He's in there
God.
scraping it with his hands.
Oh god.
It's fucking disgusting. At the time, Jade Baby's condition was a medical
no.
mystery, but now it is believed that he suffered from congenital megacolon or Hirschberg's disease. Hirschberg's disease. Why can't they just be like, it's fucking the stiff colon disease? You know what I mean? Why don't you just call it stiff colon? Well, it's congenital megacolon or Hirschberg's disease. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. I can't talk. I'm gonna be mute for the rest. This is a condition where the nerve fibers fail to develop in your colon, making the colon unable to move waste to the intestines.
Oh, that sucks.
Brutal, dude.
Dude, imagine if you had to go up there with like a shovel or something. Have somebody come up from behind with one of those little sand shovels you give little kids at the beach, you know?
His asshole was definitely. He had that red cauliflower probably sticking out. If it was me and that, if I was like, I won't come out, I would dig. You'd be calling my ass Shia LaBeouf in holes, dude. For I'd be
Shia LaBeouf from holes.
Moving on. Good God. Mirza Ghulam Ahmed. I'm American. What the hell's that? What is that name? They were the founder of the Islamic religious movement in India. And Ghulam claimed he could hear revelations from God and claimed that he was Mahdi, which is savior, a reincarnation of the Prophet Muhammad and also Jesus Christ and the Hindu god Krishna. He was just all of them. That's a lot. So you would just be like, I'm Muhammad.
Oh my God.
You're like, I'm also Krishna. You're like, what? Hey, I'm Jesus Christ. Huh? What?
Huh?
And in 1907, he
What is
apparently received
happening?
several revelations from angels informing him of his imminent
Oh
death.
my god, dude.
Fucking
No.
lightning. Put Jesus in the window looking in. Oh, Mirza, is that you? Then in 1908, Mirza died from a series of severe diarrhea. What does that even mean? A series of severe diarrhea.
Apparently, he shit so much he became so weak he couldn't get up.
Oh my god,
Can
dude.
you imagine, like, you're
I could
so
see
much
that
you're, like,
actually. I could
a little
actually see that
alien in
happen.
black in that little seat
That's hardcore. It takes a lot of work.
on your toilet.
Takes a lot of work to put
was
all
he
that
eating while
effort
he was
in, you
shitting?
know?
Is that how he kept like? Because like, if you let me tell you, I've had some
Oh, I
sloppy
know.
jokes before. Where you're just
Oh,
like, I have nothing
gross.
left to give. But to shit yourself so much to where you couldn't even get up, what happened? There's no way it was just due to the diarrhea. By the time of his death, he had gathered over 400,000 followers.
And it's blasphemy to say that he died on the toilet.
It's blasphemy to say he died on the toilet?
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it in.
Wait, so are people saying? Oh, now we said it here. Okay, well, good. Well, now at least you got me to say a fucking blasphemous act, dude. Thanks. So he had actually people were just like, you are Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah, in India. He was huge.
He was huge in India.
He was the person who brought Islam to India.
Damn. I just want to know, has there been any speculation of, did he have a disease of some kind?
Well, that's also blasphemy to say he did have a disease.
So we can't have a conversation without it being blasphemy. So I can't say you had a disease, that's blasphemy, but I can say you shit yourself to death.
He was so weak from his shits.
He was so weak from his shits that what?
He died.
So he shit himself to death. I like how it's like a fucking Pokemon like HP counter. He's so weak he fainted and he just never awoke again.
Well, I think it's
He
because
just
it's
never
like, people
awoke.
are arguing that it's humiliating to die on the toilet, but it's fine. It's a natural way to die if you shit yourself and you're weak from shitting yourself. I went to like 3 websites that were all saying this.
I went to 3 different
Dude,
Wikipedia.
dysentery would suck
No
so
more
bad. You
process
literally
act.
just
You
have
know, I
fluids
say,
coming
alright,
out
I'm
of
okay,
every
I'm
part of
moving
your
on.
body
I'm moving on
in
from
not
this
a
son of
fun
bitch.
way.
Next up, we have Godfrey the Hunchback. What are these characters you're telling me about here? Godfrey IV, aka the Hunchback, was Duke of Lower Lorraine from 1069 until his death in 1076. He was the eldest son of Duke Godfrey the Bearded and Duchess Doda.
My favorite game.
No, not Dota, Doda. It is kind of funny that the dad's like the Bearded, and yeah, the son who's just like the fucking Hunchback, the freak.
The
Hunchback, you know, back then, that's
freak.
gotta be a fucking,
The
there's no way you would be a
weirdo.
Hunchback. Yeah. That's gotta be an insult, right? You're like a freak.
So the funny thing is, every time they like reference him, they're saying like, "Oh, Godfrey, he was a great guy, great leader. He was a freak with his hunched back. He was weak."
He was such a nice guy. Unbelievable. He was a freak. Didn't like looking at him. He smelt bad. Wouldn't go near him. But goddamn was he nice. He's like, thank you.
Thank you.
Despite
At
his
least
small
I'm nice.
stature and hunchback, Godfrey was respected leader with a great mind and gained several military victories. Yeah, right, dude. One of these accomplishments was driving out Count Dirk V out of Muis Istria. Muis Estuary in 1070. You guys remember that one, right? Godfrey the Hunchback, he did that. 6 years later, Dirk wanted revenge. So he plotted an assassination attempt against Duke Godfrey the Hunchback. During the night, the Duke had retired because of his natural need.
Why you
So
gotta
he
throw
went to
the
an house to
hunchback
relieve
in there all the
himself. That's
time?
when a servant of Dirk
That's
named
fucked.
Giselbert, who waited for hours underneath the toilet, the latrine, stabbed
Getting
Godfrey
pooed
in
on.
the ass with a spear or a dagger. Right his ass like that. 7 days after the attack, Godfrey passed away from his injuries.
There's some pictures. There's a few, debates. On the
Oh
internet.
my god,
They
dude.
illustrated
Yeah.
Illustrated. Like, is that him like farting? You know, actually, I don't know why more people don't get assassinated on the toilet. That's a perfect place to get assassinated, I would think. Pants around your ankles. One other time, someone's like, oh, they're most vulnerable when you're taking a I'll share you're also the most inquisitive. I think people think about some real while they
Like what?
I don't know, I think about my mortality a lot when I'm shitting. I think it's just because you're
Oh,
expelling
God.
something from your body and you're just like, well, that's gone. When am I going to be gone?
I'm usually on my phone.
Yeah, well, I'm on my phone too, but I'm just like, you kind of catch yourself in that loop.
Oh
so
no.
Go back to it. It's like a Chinese guy begging on TikTok. No.
Oh no, please no.
Never had so like painful that you had to put your like legs up on the toilet.
Oh, those are I actually call those the crowners. It's unfucking believable. You're like, oh, it feels like you're fucking split in half. No, you like feel like it's like halfway out. You're like, and then finally it drops. You're like, Also, I feel like widened up after it happens.
I feel like we've all been there
Moonshine
at some
jug.
point, you know?
That's what it feels like, dude. Let's talk about other assassination attempts on a toilet. God damn it. Like King Edmund Ironside in 1016. Man, the 10s were a rough year for people on toilets, dude. During this time in England, there were strong tensions between the Danes and the English people. And after a devastating defeat on the Battle of Assanden. Ass? There's ass in that. What goes on a toilet? Your asshole. Edmund was forced to sign a treaty that stated if the King of Danes, Knut, is it Knut? Nut? I'm just saying nut. Or King Edmund would die, then their kingdom would revert to the others. Suspiciously, just a few months later, Edmund was assassinated on the toilet. There are a few different accounts of his death. Some say that Edmund's general, Erdrick, stabbed him in the genitals while hiding in the bathroom. How are people so like sneakily getting into these bathrooms? They're just like, the f***er's like, I beat Tenchu Z like 6 times. It's gonna be a huge shout out. Someone's gonna be like, Tenchu Z. You ever play that game?
No.
You ever played Tenchu? Another account
I
says
played
he
a
was
different
killed by
ninja
a
game. I don't
booby
remember what it
trap
was
crossbow
called.
that was hidden
It was like on
in the cesspit,
PlayStation,
which
I
is
think.
They just fucking shot up at his asshole. Who went down there and put that in? He's like covered.
Yeah,
in
it
just,
was really
like,
old
Trump's
ninja
voice,
game.
sir.
It was cool though, because you got like
The most common
different
theory
weapons
was
and
that he was
shit.
stabbed by a sword
different
or spear
weapons.
in his bowels. In his belly. You know what? I prefer to think about the booby trap crossbow that shot a bolt up his asshole and killed him. Dude, you must feel pretty accomplished if you came up with that trick. Also, back then too, seeing that wound must have been insane. There's like covering his cheeks, his thighs, or whatever. Because you know he's probably like, ooh, because he probably, if you got hit in the with a bolt, you'd probably initially be like, oh, and you'd stand up a bit, and then the would fall down on your inner thighs, and it would be all over your feet and stuff. Just a really stinky affair, if I'm being honest. Or there's
They're
the
stinky.
Japanese warlord Usugi Kenshin, whose death is shrouded in mystery and speculation. He was one of the most powerful daimyos of the Sengoku period and earned the nickname Dragon of Ichigo. That's pretty sick. For his military genius and feats on the battlefield. You know what we never talk about? I've never really learned about Nobunaga. I always thought that name was sick. Pretty sure he's like a samurai warlord. He was also, the only reason I even knew about him when I was a kid is because he's also another video game shout out. Onimusha. Nobunaga was a demon warlord, but he was a real guy. I thought that was kind of f***ed up when I found out about it, because it's like, oh, that's a made up guy. They're like, no, he's real. I was like, that's kind of f***ed up. You made him like a demon king or whatever.
Was he evil?
Right.
I have no idea. He might be evil. People in the comments sure will cool now. Oh yeah, Nobunaga. Yeah, I know Nobunaga. On April 19th, 1578, he died on the toilet at the age of 48. The most accepted theory is that he died of stomach cancer, as it was recorded that he had stomach aches for 5 days and was constantly on the toilet until his death. I hate to say this, but see, that's a little more. If you're gonna shit yourself to death that way, I like that more than the guy who's just like, yeah, he shit himself to death, and you can't say anything else, or it's blasphemy. I like how these guys are like, he probably had fucking cancer, and that's why he shit himself. And you're like, oh, that makes sense. The other people, you can't fucking say shit, dude. You can't say shit. We're throwing in some zingers today, but some speculate that a ninja hid in the cesspit below and pierced his anus with a katana while on the toilet. What is with people's speculation?
Why?
People have to always be hiding in a goddamn
Why are you always
cesspit,
getting
dude. He's
stabbed
"You
in the
probably had
butt?
cancer 'cause
I
you
don't
had the
get
stomach
it.
aches, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably the ninja in the cesspit with the katana, right? That shouldn't even be a speculation, because was there a piercing wound? And if so, then why was that not people's first assumption? You know what I mean? What the fuck?
I think at the time, because right after they raged like a huge war against their enemies, so I think it was propaganda
Oh, is
from either side. I think from them, they're
And
like,
make sure
they
everybody's
killed-
staying hydrated, please.
We did it. James
Stay
first discovered
hydrated,
them.
chat.
While not exactly dying on the toilet, James was ambushed by assassins while staying at the Church of Blackfriars in Perth. Trying to escape, James used iron tongs and pried open the planks of his chamber's floor. He then
Oh.
went down a sewage passage that led to
No.
the cesspit of his
No.
castle sewer. And unfortunately,
No.
James had forgotten that he had ordered his men to
None of
block
that.
the drain with
That's
stones
gross.
because he kept losing his tennis balls down the drain.
Oh.
While this was happening, one of the maidens, Catherine Douglas, that's like a fucking American name, used her
Sounds
arm
about
to
right.
bar the door closed against the assassins to buy James some time. Eventually, the assassins burst through the door, breaking her arm in two
Now you
places,
are right.
thus giving her the nickname Cat Barless. Eventually, James was discovered in the sewage drain and was hacked to pieces.
Unluckers, dude. So bad.
You think they fucking cut him up in the sewage drain?
Oh,
God
no.
damn. Many people were glad to see James
Get him out of
dead,
there
as they
first. Shit
consider him a
stinks.
greedy tyrant. Ironically, his descendants James IV died of a violent attack of dysentery, which is just shitting yourself. The idea too that James was just down in the sewer, like,
That'd be a good comedic moment where he's like trying to get the stones, and then a tennis ball floats by, and he's like, oh, of course.
he's like, oh, there you go, okay. Just the idea of a guy getting hacked in a sewer pipe.
Oh
It's
my
just like
God.
so funny to me. I don't know why. You're like. Like they hacking away at this guy. Erfurt latrine disaster. So many fucking latrines. I like how if it was.
Alright, this is
in
the last part of
19th
this video,
century where we
guys.
had fucking toilets. It was just people just like, yeah, they got fucking high and they died of a heart attack. Back then, it's like it was latrine and a cesspit. There was a ninja in a cesspit.
crazy.
Sometimes it's not just one person who dies on the toilet, but many. And one of the most infamous cases was the Erfurt latrine disaster. On July 26, 1184, Henry VI, King of Germany, held an informal assembly at the Cathedral Provostry in Erfurt on the second story. Man, I bet second story shitters back in the day were rough. Like, the pipe's supposed to go all the way up there? He's like, yes, okay. All of the nobles across the Holy Roman Empire were invited to the meeting to mediate a land dispute between a noble and an archbishop. Just as the assembly was about to start, the wooden floors in which the nobles were sitting broke under the stress, and the attendees fell down through the first floor into the cesspit below.
Oh my
Apparently,
god.
they broke through the second and first floor.
They broke through 2 floors.
Oh.
Okay, so they did like a Tom and Jerry skit going down the, okay, a little Looney Tunes action. Anywhere
Oh my
between
God.
60 to 100 people were either
So
crushed
many-
or drowned and suffocated by the fumes
Oh.
of the
Imagine that
King
is the way
Henry
that
VI
you
avoided
are
the
remembered
fall
for
and
going
survived
out.
because he was seated on a stone
just drowned in a
alcove
thing
built
of
into the
poop.
wall. Like I was like watched them all like fall. He's like,
Go to the king's party, you get all fancied up, and you just die in a
I don't know,
giant
the idea
shithole.
of dying on the toilet is, I think it gets a bad rap. It seems like a lot of great people in history have died on the toilet, and to me, it'd be an honor. If you find out that I died on the toilet, don't laugh. And don't feel sorry for me, because I joined a great ranking of other human beings who did the same. And I think that they're not cowards. I think you're a coward,
Me?
not the viewer.
No.
Do you want to die on the toilet?
Oh
You're
no.
a coward.
I don't want my fucking cock like shriveled up and like
Dude, why would I give a fuck if I'm dead?
it's called my legacy, dude.
What legacy? What legacy are we going to have besides being like they made like we got 2 years left, maybe a year left of good shit. We got to get all the stuff you want to do out now while the iron's hot, or else, I mean, it's done. All these people watching these videos, this little fucking gravy train is not running forever. Let me tell you that right now. So I just want to say, you know what? If you guys died in the toilet, I would give you a nice salute and I'd say, God bless. You joined a rank of beautiful, beautiful human beings. And at least you probably didn't die
Oh,
with a
God.
ninja stabbing your or somebody.
I really hope I don't die by
Now, if you
ninja
find out
stabbing
that I
my
got shot
asshole.
on the toilet,
That'd be
that's
bad.
when you'd be like, oh, because that's a new age ninja. But that's all I got for today. You know, stay safe shit in my
Safe shit in my. I love those. Those are so good. Okay, chat. I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. I am kind of eepy and kind of just want to chill out. But thank you guys so much for being here for the stream. We are going to raid somebody, though. We are going to raid. Let's see who's on. Thank you guys for being here so much. I really, really appreciate you all. And I love you all very much. We do have a Discord for anybody who's new. We do movie nights every Saturday. I'm eventually working up to doing more community events, just because I don't want to say I'm going to do a bunch of stuff and then it overwhelms me and I forget about it. So we're slowly working. Hi, baby kitty. Hi, hello. How are you? Are you coming? You coming over? No. Okay. But thank you guys so much. We are gonna raid somebody. I want to do this person again. They're doing a partner push, so I'm trying to support them. Hashtag raid. Like I said, guys, you guys don't have to subscribe or follow, whatever. Just pop in, say hi, be nice community members. Show them that our community is definitely full of awesome and wonderful people that you are, because I love you and you will forever be loved in this world. Um, yeah, let's just keep the happiness going, keep the positivity going. That's what we're all about here, and love you guys. All right, I'll talk to you later, okay? I'll see you in the Discord. Last weekend, we did the entire Godzilla and Godzilla Kong the New Universe movies. So who knows what we're doing this Saturday, but I always put it out there. But yeah, we're going to raid, and we'll see you later. Bye! I love you. Bye!